This is my women's packing list for the Winter Camino on the Camino de Invierno. We just spent 10 days walking from Ponferrada to Santiago de Compostela on the Camino de Invierno in the end of February to the beginning of March. This is everything I packed for those 10 days and why I brought them, what I would change, and if I was doing the Camino Frances, I'd probably take a very similar packing list. So join me as I pack my bag and we'll go take a walk. I'm Lainey and this is Days We Spend. So first things first, we're going to talk about the backpack. I'm a big believer in packing light because every pound on your body is just weight on your feet. It's just exhausting. So to me, I limit myself by bringing a smaller bag. It's okay if you need to bring a bigger bag for more things, but I love the challenge of packing into a 24-liter backpack. I used the USWE 24-liter bag. This is their Hiker Pro 24. They make this in a slightly smaller size and a bigger size as well. To tell you the truth, they sent us these bags to test out and try, and I wouldn't be telling you to use it if I didn't like it, but I loved this bag. At first, I wasn't sure about it because it's got a different strapping system. The strap on this bag is got this sternum strap, so it's almost like a vest. It's like the bag is hugging you, so it didn't bounce around and didn't make any noise. I wasn't really fiddling with it because the system is on these bungee cables, so it was very comfortable because the bag and the harness was able to move with me as I was walking and moving. It also has a really nice supportive waist strap, and I love a good waist strap on a backpack. The USWE bag also has really hefty sized pockets. Another feature about this bag is it's got very stretchy side pockets, which was very important because this bag closes in a roll top. And it's my first time using a roll top backpack. Well, it's nice because you can adjust the volume of what you are packing throughout the day, especially as you're taking layers on and putting layers off and, adding some food. Then it was really nice to have this expandability to the bag without adding the weight of a zipper. It did mean it was a little more difficult to get into it during a break, so you'd want to keep anything that you wanted to use throughout the day in your side pockets. This bag is waterproof, absolutely waterproof. It has an interior liner, and this is like a dry bag essentially. This liner dry bag, which you could take out, saves a couple ounces, but this liner dry bag, oh my gosh. We got dunked on in the rain on the last day, just pouring rain all day. Every single thing in my bag was dry. USWE bag is from a Swedish company, and while it is a little bit on the pricey side, I think it's worth every penny now that I've used it. I'm gonna take this on the next Camino we do. The Camino de Invierno has really long stretches where there just aren't any fountains or bars or towns or anything available to fill up your water. So I have the USWE's water bladder system, which is a 3-liter reservoir. I never used all 3 liters, but I really like that the USWE bag bladder comes with this little insulation pocket. It makes it really easy to pull your water in and out of the bag, and it actually has its own little separate pocket for that in the back, so you don't have to open up the bag to get to it. Next thing is I have a Fanny Pack, or for all of you British people who are very offended that I said that, my bum bag or waist bag, whatever you want to call it. I have this REI 3-liter Fanny Pack, and it's really, really lightweight and just fits everything, and I always like to keep it on my body because you put your bag down and you walk to the bar to pay the bill, you want your stuff on you, or you're in the albergue and there's other people, you have your stuff on you. Because when I'm in town, especially because now it's all like, cool to have a little sling bag, I can wear it this way too. So in this bag, I would keep my phone. I have some chapstick and some soap flakes from Sea to Summit because sometimes you never know if there's soap in the bathrooms. My wallet and my passport and my pilgrim's passport. Those are in a Ziploc bag so they don't get wet, and I keep those in my Fanny Pack as well because you gotta keep it on you, but also just you gotta be able to whip out that pilgrim passport to get all the stamps. Poles, I feel, were essential for the Camino Invierno. We were walking on steep medieval cart roads and water-filled paths. I think I would have really fell on my butt if it wasn't for having hiking poles, as well as these saved my knees and my feet on all the steep descents and ascents. I'm a little bit of a monster with hiking poles, and I chewed through an entire set of tips, and my husband really nicely gave me his tips on this Camino to end it. So if you're doing the Invierno and you know you're really tough on poles like I am, then bring an extra set of tips because there wasn't any place to purchase new ones. Let's talk about what I wore. This is my base layer of everything. Starting from the bottom, I have socks. These are Darn Tough wool socks. Darn Tough just make really great hiking socks, and these are kind of like their taller crew cut ones. Wanted something a little taller for a winter Camino because this is cold. So these are, I think, a mid-weight sock, not like a heavyweight sock. I have very sweaty feet. I get very hot and sweaty in general, so I wanted something that was mid-weight, a little more breathable than an actual thick winter sock. The pants I'm wearing are from Prana. They're a jogger pant. Overall, I think these pants pill a little bit too much for the price point of the pant. The fabric leaves something to be desired in terms of durability, but they did really great going through all these blackberry brambles. They dried very quickly when it rained. These were super comfortable. I was actually very happy with how they performed. And of course, my favorite thing is it's a little elastic and drawstring waist, so when you pee in the rain, it's quick. My shirt is a merino wool shirt. This one is from Ridge Merino. I've got a lot of different merino wool shirts. I just picked this one randomly out of my closet because it's a nice neutral color. Underwear I'm wearing, both my bra and my underwear are from Brandwin Merino Wool, and they are fantastic. This merino wool bra is just so comfortable. It's not itchy. It was perfect underneath this backpack strap. I didn't feel anything digging into me. And the underwear I'm wearing are Brandwin's bikini cut. They are just full coverage, really comfortable black underwear. No riding up, never had any problems with itching. I'm gonna bring these underwear, this Brandwin underwear, on every Camino. Most of the time I was wearing a long sleeve t-shirt. This is from Wool X. It's just a long sleeve shirt. Their Wool X shirts have a really nice amount of elastic in them, so I found it was very comfortable for hiking. I think these are one of the itchier brands, honestly. I have another long sleeve shirt from Unbound Merino that's softer that I also brought, but I don't think it's as durable. So I hiked in this shirt that I don't like as much because honestly, this is not my color. I ordered it on sale and I couldn't return it, and the picture online was a little more goldenrod instead of macaroni, so I'm aware this is a macaroni shirt. This is what most of my days looked like. I had the long sleeve shirt on, sun protection, wind protection. I got a little hot and sweaty. I would dry out pretty quickly because it's merino wool. I only washed all of my clothes once during the whole trip, and they were a little musty by the time we got to Santiago, but not bad. I don't think I smelled that bad. I have a very sensitive nose. I did wash my socks and underwear daily though. The next layer I wore often was this icebreaker half zip sweater. It's quite long, so it provides a good amount of insulation. I've had this for years. I actually brought this on the Camino Norte in 2019, and it's just a really great sweater. I got it on sale because merino wool can be expensive. If you just shop the sales, you can really build your wardrobe of merino wool. So again, merino wool, merino wool, merino wool. Oh, wait. Merino wool. Other things I wore were some gloves. These are just old polar fleece gloves that I think I've had since high school, maybe. I have a merino wool buff, which saved my face and neck. I wore it as a balaclava almost every day, every morning. It was so cold. A beanie, just a good hat. Just get yourself a nice beanie that you like to wear. I didn't wash my hair, so I either had the beanie on or I was wearing the baseball cap, because hats are great. Protect your face, protect them from the sun. Don't let people see your hair. I really like this hat. This is from Sunday Afternoons, and I wore this on the Camino Norte, and I like it because the brim folds. So I was able to just keep this in the side pocket of my bag. So when it was sunny and I got hot, I could just switch my hats out really easily. I brought 3 pairs of socks, and I would do that again. Because in winter, your clothes don't dry very quickly when you wash them. So you always want to have like a pair to wear at night, a pair to wear in the day, and a pair that's drying or being washed. Bring all 3 pairs of socks that are socks you like to hike in. I brought these other darn tough ones that I had from a previous Camino. I also brought this pair of toe socks from Injiji, and I love toe socks in my daily life. But I think I realized if I was doing 30 kilometers, toe socks were a little bit much on my feet, personally. Going downhill, sometimes the toes would kind of start to give my toes a toe wedgie. Don't know how else to describe it. I should have brought 3 pairs of underwear. I only brought 2. I brought the ones I'm wearing and a pair of underwear. It's actually a thong from Brandwin. I brought this to go under my leggings. I loved having this, so when I was in a city, I didn't feel like a backpacker or a Camino pilgrim. But I should have brought 1 more pair of hiking underwear so that I didn't have to put on damp underwear in the morning. Admittedly, it dried by the time we were hiking, but that's still not a fun experience. So on the Camino, I always think about having 2 sets of clothes. You have your hiking clothes, your walking clothes, and then you have your town or albergue clothes. So my town clothes, albergue clothes, I kept it very simple because I knew I was just going to be bundled up in my jackets. And I had this Unbound Merino long sleeve t-shirt. I love Unbound Merino's products. Their wool is just some of the softest wool I think I've ever had in any of the wool clothes that I have. It does sometimes feel like it's not as durable though. And I slept in this shirt too, so it's very, very comfy. It almost feels like I'm wearing pajamas. I also have my merino wool leggings from Unbound Merino, and these are lifesaver, game-changing. I can't believe I lived life without these before. They're so comfortable, they don't smell. The merino wool is a lot warmer than a cotton legging. I loved wearing these at night. I slept in them and in the albergues, and sometimes in town it was so cold I actually wore these pants underneath my other pants. I did bring 3 pairs of pants, and I probably could have got away with only 2. So these are like my luxury item pants, and they're just another pair of Prana pants that I actually hiked the Camino Francés in 2017. So last bits of clothing here, we got shoes, of course. So I have my albergue shoes, which are my trusty Croc sandals. I've done every Camino in these, which is 3, and they still are great. So get yourself a nice pair of lightweight shower shoes, because you will need them if you're staying in the albergues. And it's nice to have a pair of shoes that you can slip on so you can wear socks and walk around town or go to the store in them or the restaurant or something. You're gonna look like a pilgrim no matter what you're wearing, so just embrace it. Everyone knows you're a pilgrim in these towns that you're walking through. So the shoes that I hiked in are Zero shoes. These are barefoot shoes that are 0 drop, not a ton of cushion, but really great tread on them. I love these shoes for day hikes. I will say for the Invierno, my feet hurt a lot because there's a lot more concrete and stone that you're walking on than I anticipated. I probably should have picked something with a little more cushion. That said, I still really love a shoe that has a wide toe box so my feet have a lot of space, and with a 0 drop because that's just what I wear in my normal life anyways. For the next time, I'm gonna go with something with a little more cushion. My husband hiked in Ultras and he loved his. He had no foot problems, no problems at all. I'm really glad he was good. So my last bits of clothing that I actually forgot to lay out are my jackets. And my rain jacket. Because you need jackets. So I have a puffy jacket. This one's from Cotopaxi. It has a hood. Bring something warm. I'm a very cold person. If you don't get cold that easily, maybe you don't need your jacket. But I wore this every night and pretty much every morning walking out of the albergues and the accommodations. So puffy jacket, something very warm. So it was really cold some of the days, like ice all over the trail. And then of course, because it's winter and you're in Galicia, you need a rain jacket, whether it's a poncho, whatever you want. I love my Patagonia rain jacket. This is my second rain jacket from Patagonia. My first one, actually the seams got delaminated. I brought it into Patagonia. They wouldn't repair that type of a problem. They gave me a new jacket. So I have everlasting love to Patagonia for standing by their products. So this jacket kept me super dry. It was awesome. It was great on windy days. I love that it has zippers in the armpits, so it gives you a lot of ventilation as you're walking too. Because again, I'm a sweaty hiker. We have toiletries. I fit almost everything in this tiny little bag. I think I just got this bag from Muji. I love it. You just need something small. I've clipped my really tiny towel here from REI. It's a bit ridiculous how small this is. It's like the size of a washcloth, but look how big it is. So it doesn't take up much space in my bag. You kind of pat yourself dry and wring it out. It's not luxury, but it works fine. So I have bar soap from Dr. Bronner's inside this Matador soap case. It allows the soap to dry out even though you closed it. So I really like this soap case because it's really, really lightweight. And Dr. Bronner soap is just my favorite soap for everything. I used it for laundry. I hand wash laundry, of course. I used it for my face, my body, my hair. Like, it's amazing. Dr. Bronner's. So please sponsor me. I'm old and I have a night guard. So if you have things you need, just I grind my teeth. Bring the stuff you need. A little hairbrush. I have a tiny toothbrush, and I have some toothpaste tabs or pills or whatever. You just chew them and they turn into like toothpaste and you scrub. I put some of my deodorant in this little case. I put some of my face oil into this little old container of mine. So I just kept things from the past and reused them with the things I use now. So it's great. A little bit of moisturizer. I have a comb, hair tie, and some Q-tips because I don't like my ears being wet. I wear hearing aids. I have to really make sure that they're clean before putting the hearing aids in. So Q-tips are a luxury item for me. Also have a carabiner and another hair tie, but I kept this on the outside of my bag, so I always had a hair tie available. Some first aid items in the first aid kit. Of course, ibuprofen, muscle rub. This is Iodex. It's got an arnica-based solution. So if you have stomach problems and you know you have some issues, I know I have some issues often, so I always bring some stomach things with me. So I have some Tums, some Pepto-Bismol, and some Imodium, used in that order if I have problems. I have a little bit of allergy medicine with me because I have had problems with allergies on the Camino in the past. This is just enough to get me through to a pharmacy if I had problems. Pair of nail clippers. This is some really gross lamb's wool that I used. It's great for blisters, and you just put it on your foot, you put your sock around it. It provides a really nice surface for your sock to rub against instead of your skin. I love this lamb's wool. I'm actually having a lot of trouble finding more of it in Spain here. So this is the little bit I had left from the US. If you want to send me some lamb's wool, please send me some lamb's wool. In the US, you can find it at Rite Aid in bags. It's actually quite easy to find if you know what you're looking for. There's a couple Band-Aids, some Neosporin or some kind of bacitracin, and that's everything that's in my first aid kit. I think next time I'd bring a little bit more blister treatment stuff, like a needle and thread, like something to actually deal with the blisters themselves. Face mask, still needed to go into pharmacies and all sorts of places. Have I said I have a stomach problem? Sometimes I do. So I actually started bringing a shovel, like a camping trowel, and some toilet paper in bags with me at all times. You're probably fine, but on the Invierno, sometimes you really are far from a bathroom. Is this little pad thing, it's called a Kula cloth, and you clip it to the outside of your bag, and as a woman, you use it instead of toilet paper after you go pee, and then you just wash it at the end of the day. It prevents trash, it's very comfortable. I love it. I have some nighttime things that you may or may not have, but I wear hearing aids, so I have to bring a little dehumidifier. as well as I have a little kit with some extra hearing aid accessories like cleaners and batteries. And then I also have my sleep mask because albergues have very bright lights sometimes with like exit signs. So I love this REI sleep mask. Never leave home without your sleep mask. Charging cable. I like to journal, so I always bring a little Ziploc bag with a journal and a tiny pen. Everyone says, how do you remember all the places you went? It's because I wrote it down. Dear diary, today was hard. I'm kidding. Reusable tote bag for groceries. Use this almost every day. Sunglasses. These are from News. They are these tiny flat sunglasses, and I love how small they break down in the case. Polarized. Just bring some sunglasses that you like. I think that these were fabulous because they fit in the side pocket of my bag really easily. I have a headlamp. I didn't use it a single time. Maybe that's because the albergues were pretty empty, so I wasn't trying to be polite with people, but also it was just so cold we weren't leaving till the sun was up. I have a sleep sack from Cocoon. This is the same one I used on the Camino Norte, as well as I brought my Rumple puffy blanket to go on top of the sleep sack. So here's the thing, I didn't need to bring the Rumple. There are lots of big fluffy blankets on the beds in the albergues, and some of the times the albergues are closed, so you're going to be staying in private accommodation, which is a bed with like actual bedding. My husband only brought his sleep sack and he was fine. He's not a particular sleeper. I really like the amount of warmth that I get from these two together. Lastly, this is just a bag full of snacks because you need space in your bag for food. The Invierno has whole days where you pass nothing. Just villages that are just a collection of houses. So you absolutely need to have space in your bag to carry some snacks, to carry some lunch, maybe to carry breakfast with you. Sometimes you have to bring food to an albergue to cook because the albergue is in the middle of nowhere. This is definitely a tricky Camino and you need to have a little bit of flexibility. I found that I didn't need anything more than what I had. It would have been nice to have an extra pair of underwear, and it would have been nice to not carry my headlamp, but overall, this was a really, really great packing list. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. So now, let's pack this bag. I forgot to tell you about this. My sunscreen, it's all good. Tinted sunscreen. You need a good face sunscreen. Back to packing. Okay, time to put my shoes on and let's go hike the Invierno again. So without water, my bag is 5.85 kilograms, 12.9 pounds, and that includes my fanny pack. Thanks so much for watching. All of the items that I'm talking about or that I really love are linked in the description below, as well as on our website. So go forth and buen camino.